Imagine waking up every morning for 27 years and seeing the same prison wall. No freedom, no sunlight, no family, just hope. Most people would break, but one man didn't. His name was Nelson Mandela. Today, I want to tell you the story of a man who taught the world that strength is not in muscles. It's in the human spirit. The story of a young boy born in a small village in South Africa, who grew up to become the symbol of freedom, courage, and unstoppable willpower. The beginning of a fighter. Nelson Mandela wasn't born a hero. He was born in a village with no electricity, no modern education, nothing. But he had something far more powerful, a dream that all people, black or white, deserve equal rights. Did you know? Mandela was the first person in his family to attend school. His teacher gave him the English name Nelson on the first day of class. Even at that young age, he stood out. He asked questions. He challenged wrong. He refused injustice. Standing up against apartheid. In Mandela's time, South Africa was ruled by apartheid, a brutal system that separated humans by skin color. Black people couldn't vote, couldn't go to certain places, couldn't even walk on some streets. Mandela looked at this system and said, "Not on my watch." He studied law, became a leader, and fought peacefully for freedom. But the more he spoke, the more the powerful feared him. Arrested for fighting for freedom. Here's a shocking fact. Mandela was arrested, not for a crime, but for demanding equality. He was sentenced to life in prison. Imagine that moment. You are 46 years old. You have children, a family, dreams, and suddenly your life is reduced to a tiny cell. Most people would lose hope. Most people would scream that life is unfair. Mandela did something different. The prison that tried to destroy him. He was locked inside Robben Island, a prison so harsh that people called it hell on earth. He slept on a thin mat. He broke stones in the sun until his hands bled. He wasn't allowed to wear sunglasses, and the prison glare damaged his eyes permanently. And yet, instead of breaking him, prison forged him. Mandela used that time to build discipline, strength, and clarity. He read books. He exercised daily. He learned the language of his enemies so he could negotiate better. He turned prison into a university of wisdom. Here's a mind-blowing fact. Prison guards secretly admired him because he treated even them with dignity. They said Mandela had a presence that made even the toughest men feel respect. The day the world held its breath, 1990. After 27 years behind bars, something magical happened. The world rose, people marched, countries protested, millions demanded, "Free Nelson Mandela!" And on February 11th, 1990, Mandela walked out of prison, calm, proud, and unbroken. Reporters expected him to be angry, but he said something extraordinary. "When I walked out of that prison door, I knew that if I didn't leave my bitterness behind, I would still be in prison." This is the mindset of a true leader, a mindset of forgiveness, not revenge, the rise of a legend. In 1994, Nelson Mandela became the first black president of South Africa. A man who spent half his life in prison walked into the presidential office with dignity, not anger. Some powerful facts. He donated half his presidential salary to charity. He served only one term because he believed true leaders don't cling to power. He won the Nobel Peace Prize for bringing peace between enemies. Mandela didn't just change South Africa, he changed humanity's definition of courage. Final motivation. Message. Nelson Mandela teaches us one thing. Your circumstances do not decide your destiny. Your courage does. You may be struggling. You may be trapped in your own prison, whether it's poverty, pain, failure, or fear. But remember this, it always seems impossible until it is done. Nelson Mandela. If Mandela can stand tall after 27 years behind bars, you can stand tall today. You can rise. You can change your life, Because the human spirit is unbreakable. If Mandela didn't give up for 27 years, don't give up today. Your breakthrough is waiting.